Hey, Cody Owen with Lightspeed Social Agency, here today to talk to you about 3 ways to use Facebook ads to get more clients and leads fast. Why use Facebook in your lawn care business? Number 1, powerful targeting. Number 2, complete control over who sees the ads and, more importantly, what's in the ads. And then finally, you're going to clone your most ideal clients. More on this in a moment. Number 1, you're going to personalize your ads by targeting specific audiences. So Facebook's core audience feature can target based on location, demographics, interests, hobbies, and behavioral data. Normally in the lawn care industry, we are going to be focused a lot on location, and location is going to determine our demographics. We're going to use the audience insights tool to build a persona of your ideal clients and target them for maximally effective ads. What you want to be thinking about here is, who are your best clients? When I say your best client, there's probably a specific person who comes to mind. And we've talked about this a lot on the channel. Your best client is who you want more people like in your business. You're going to build that persona out, give them a name. Let's say their name is Brenda. And Brenda is the woman of the house. She makes the decisions about the maintenance of the home as far as services. She hires the housekeeper, she hires the lawn care and landscaping company. So we want to think about the things that Brenda likes about our service. That's going to give you an idea of how you should write your copy, which is not the topic of today's video, but I think it's something to be thinking about as sort of background for the video that we're doing today. Big pro tip is to target people who recently moved to your area. Facebook has kind of changed. The location targeting options are a little bit in flux right now. You're usually going to be targeting neighborhoods when you're limiting your geographic targeting. We have lots of videos about that, but that is a really good one to take advantage of. And another pro tip here is to target only people in your profitable neighborhoods. And you can do this by excluding unprofitable neighborhoods. If you know that there is a neighborhood that is just filled to the brim with Karens and you don't want to deal with them, you can just not target that neighborhood. You can focus on the neighborhood that's next door, the subdivision next door, that is much easier to deal with. People like us do things like this. So if you have 2 or 3 problem clients in a neighborhood, there's probably something about that neighborhood that attracts that kind of client. So think about that as you're choosing where to target. The second thing that you're going to do here is find new customers through lookalike targeting. Now, this is a more advanced audience feature in Facebook where you take everyone who's in one audience. I want to say that you have to have 100 people in an audience to build this list. You tell Facebook, I want you to find people like this and build me a lookalike audience of, usually it's like 1 million people who look like this customer. What you do then is you filter the ad by geography to kick out anyone who's not in your service area. A lookalike audience is people whose behavior online matches the list you're building it from. This is going to be all sorts of people, and then we just want to make it really big and then winnow it down to our service area so that we're hopefully replicating our existing customer base. We're finding more people like them. This might help you break into a new neighborhood that you weren't sure about. Right? You didn't want to run ads specifically targeting it because you weren't sure if it was going to be a good fit for the business. And so by running this lookalike audience, you're going to find like, oh man, we had like 10 leads pop up in this neighborhood where we didn't have a route yet. They seem like a really good fit. We should consider expanding into that area. This is definitely not something to build into your initial Facebook model, right? This is learning some of the other tools that Facebook provides you in that toolbox and trying to think of creative ways to use them to grow your business. That's going to let you clone your ideal clients by targeting people who are likely to be interested in lawn care services but haven't heard of your brand yet. So really good way to break into a new thing or test breaking into some new areas. The next one might be the most powerful for getting new clients right now. Before we move on, make sure that you have liked the video if it's been helpful so far, and subscribe if this is the kind of content you want to be getting to learn about your business and to grow it. Number 3, you want to re-engage with previous visitors on Facebook or Instagram. I started the podcast last week by saying that Facebook's retargeting is like the secret sauce, best thing that Facebook has going. It is what they are the masters of. It is a powerful way to build on relationships that have already started and target users based on specific actions they've taken. And I laid into this a little bit on the podcast last week. Make sure to listen to that if you haven't already. But I talked a lot about like having a specific service page and then having a retargeting campaign set up for anyone who doesn't convert to go back and say, hey, did you forget about your fall cleanup? Did you forget about your aeration? Do you still care about your lawn? Get back in front of them. You can retarget people who have interacted with your Facebook page, your Instagram account, maybe watched videos that you've posted. That's a really, really good one. You can actually build the campaign based on how much of a particular video they watched. So if you post an explainer of a service, and then you want to make sure anyone who watched 20% of that video, who showed they were really interested in understanding how to better care for their lawn, you can retarget them with your weed control and fertilization ads, right? So if they watched 20% of this video about, how to take better care of their lawn in their area, then they're telling you, I care about this. I want to know more about this. Get back in front of them with your services. A pro tip here, if you've set up the pixel, you can retarget people who went to specific service pages. I already mentioned that, but it's super powerful to be thinking about as you scale your website. Remember, your website is a tool that takes people from knowing about you to requesting a quote. So anything we can do in service of the website's goal to do that is going to be really powerful. Installing your Facebook pixel is a big part of that. If you don't know what the pixel is, it is the same as like cookies, right? So when someone comes to your website, you hand them a little cookie and it identifies them when they come back. The Facebook pixel is like that, but it's tying who gets the cookie to their Facebook account. So that means you can retarget them across all of their devices, not just the one that they're coming from. Cookies worked device specifically, but the Facebook pixel works tied to the Facebook account. So Facebook can then track them across every device that they use. When you have robust retargeting campaigns set up, when you're getting them with a video explainer of the service, and anyone who watches that gets followed up with, when anyone who hits the services page on the website gets followed up with an ad to request a quote. All of those things work together to get you to the 7, 8, 9, 10 touches that it takes to actually close a sale with a customer. That is super, super powerful. But I know that when you watch this kind of video, you hear all of these things you could be doing. It's a little bit overwhelming. You can fall into the toolbox fallacy of, I have to learn everything about Facebook to get started. What I want to tell you is you can get started right away with some simple ads, get them out the door, see how they work. And if you're like, okay, I have tasted and seen that the Zuck is good to me, then you can go from there and know that like, okay, well, I don't have time to scale this up, but I've seen the proof is in the pudding. I've seen how it works and I need to get it off my plate. If that is the situation that you find yourself in today, I would love to talk to you about what it looks like to get your marketing off of your plate and onto ours here at Lightspeed Social Agency. I've built my entire business on working with lawn care and landscaping companies to scale to $1 million and beyond. We would be more than happy to come in and put the powerful tools at Facebook's disposal to work for your business to improve your life and your family's life and the lives of your employees and their families as well. So please reach out to us if we can help you out with that, and I will see you next week.